name is Danielle LOUDises, and this is my family.
I'm Danielle's mom. My name is Dawn.
I'm Danielle's dad. My name is Steven.
I'm Holly. I'm Melissa. I'm the firstborn. And I'm the middle child.
That's Melissa's the only one who got it right.
What?
Just kidding. Tell me a little bit about the, is it Ladau or Ladue?
Dad, you want to do it?
LOUDises.
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 There you go. LOUDises.
Yeah. Alright, so tell me, like, typical LOUDises family in, how does everybody know you guys? How does everybody love you? Or anything? Are you guys typical family, or what do you bring to your community?
We're definitely not the typical family.
Talk louder.
We don't spend any time in jail.
We still do family dinner every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night.
Yeah, we have family dinner every Tuesday night. I cook.
Yeah, I clean.
She cleans.
I eat.
What do we bring to our community?
Well, my dad's a pastor, and he's known as a rock and roll pastor. So we bring a lot of different kind of people to our church. We have a lot of different dynamics in our church. But my dad rips on the guitar when he praises Jesus. But they definitely do call him the rock and roll pastor. And then he has 4 girls. There are 3. There's one in California who lives in Camarillo. Her name's Rebecca. And us 3, we actually all waited to have sex till marriage. Holly and Justin waited. Melissa, 5 years. And then Melissa is getting married in March, and she's waiting with her fiance Kevin. And then I'm waiting for Joseph.
And I'm waiting too to get married.
You guys get married in the same year?
Melissa and I, yeah. She's getting married March 2012, and I'm going to get married hopefully July 2012.
She's 10 years younger and engaged 2 weeks later.
Ooh, do you feel like that stole some of your limelight, or are you okay
No.
with that?
No, not at all. It was so exciting. I'm just glad I got engaged first.
That's true, right? That would have been not nice, Danielle.
That would have been awful.
No.
Dad, are you excited to see two daughters getting married?
I'm really excited. It's my oldest girl and my youngest girl. The 2 middle girls are married already, so I'm really excited.
Have you walked your girls down the aisle? Is there a plan to? Are you marrying them, or what is the?
I've married one of them and done the walk the aisle and then turn around and kind of Clark Kent Superman thing. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. For my oldest girl, I won't be doing that. But Danielle and I'll probably have to do that again. So I'll need a stunt double or a stand-in or something.
It's going to be funny. He's going to play 2 different roles, and it's going to be good. He's a comedian. He's very funny.
What else about your guys' family? I mean, Danielle talks so much about you guys, and you guys didn't say what you guys do. Do you go on vacations together?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Car sick and throws up all over everybody? Or?
No car six. No.
If we're sitting at the dinner table, you have to take a number to talk, because they're all Italians except me. And
Yeah, we're not normally this quiet.
Yeah, we're just nervous.
it's very, our last name is LOUDises, and it's very loud at our family table.
Yeah, we're
very loud.
Our nickname is LOUDises family.
To deaf people, because you're not allowed to dig.
I know. Do you want us to get loud?
We're being on good behavior.
Yeah, we're like
a deer in headlights today.
Well,
You
and
guys are already good people. You don't need to worry about putting on your best hats. You already got that naturally.
but that's what Danielle told us to do.
We do what she says.
Yeah.
You guys, what is the most embarrassing thing that Danielle has done that embarrassed you guys in public? Or in private?
Yeah, well, I remember one night I ate garlic for dinner the night before, and we were stuffed in a car with all her friends, and we were going to go do this Zumba demonstration. She told all her friends, "Oh my gosh, your breath stinks so bad." And I was so embarrassed because I didn't know some of them. And I was trying to be like, oh, make a good impression, and then that just ruined the night from the start. So it
was really nice of her.
Well, if I could speak for Rebecca, who's not here, she's a sister that lives in California. Anyway, one day some boys came to ask for Rebecca. Rebecca was home, and they were about 14.
We were
About 14.
Yeah, maybe 12. Yeah.
And Danielle, being much younger, knew that her younger sister still played with Barbies. So she ran to the front door and held 2 Barbies up and said, "Rebecca still plays with Barbie," as the boys were standing at the door. And Rebecca came up and killed her sister. And anyway, I think that was the most embarrassing moment for Rebecca, but I don't think you ever embarrassed me.
Do I embarrass you guys like when I
Maybe
go
right now with your hair.
Yeah, the
hate my
hair.
hair.
So
They
embarrassing.
hate. They said I look like I'm on Jersey Shore.
She has a cupcake on her head.
Okay. Do I embarrass you guys when I like dance down Waikiki?
No.
Do I embarrass
Nothing
you?
surprises us anymore.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
The only
we're
thing she embarrasses us is when she like changes our clothes and hates what we wear, and then we look like her, and then we're uncomfortable. She makes us star in her own movies.
Yeah.
She eats my food.
Oh yeah, and then throws it away.
And then throws it away, and she did it in front of Melissa's
Yeah.
fiance, and he was pretty shocked by that.
Yeah, they went out to lunch, and Dad had leftovers, so Mom was going to give that to him for dinner. And she came home and said, "Hey, did Mom and Dad bring leftovers?" Now, she hasn't been living at home for a year. And so I said, "Well, they brought home leftovers, but I don't know if it's for you." So she heats it up, eats it, takes a bite, spits it out, and throws it away.
Poor Dad.
And
I
Mom
forgot.
was like, "That was Dad's dinner." Anyways, but she brings a lot to
But
the
tell what
family.
Kevin said, your fiance, when he saw that.
Yeah, he was like, "Is this normal?" And then Danielle looked at Dad and said, "I did you a favor because that was disgusting."
Yeah, it
That
was
was very funny.
so many calories. I helped him
That was just yesterday or something. It was pretty recent.
Well, when she was born, Holly and I really wanted a baby brother, so we were really sad when we heard it was another girl.
Yeah.
But now, she brings so much joy and life to the family and to the house, and
Yeah, mostly laughter though.
Yeah.
So we like everything she does.
or drives us crazy.
Yeah.
She's annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
But she's
Most
really,
times.
she's just passionate about everything she believes in. So
Yeah.
we're kind of used to it at this point.
She thinks this is her and this is the world.
And that's what's annoying.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, with Melissa, we have more serious, I think, relationship than Holly and I. We're very open about our purity. She was my youth group leader growing up, so that was kind of cool. I didn't tell her everything because I knew it could go straight to my mom immediately, so I held some things back. But it was pretty cool to have her as a youth leader. She was a very good example for me. Holly, we have like just the funniest relationship.
Yeah.
We're so crazy. We're really like people probably think we're slow sometimes because we make ugly faces. We have our inside jokes. We come up with these ideas after family night, and we'll just run up like, "Where's the camera? We have to film it right now!" And then we just and that's how my YouTube pretty much has 46 videos because
Yeah.
we're
It's like when nobody else is laughing, me and Danielle are laughing.
Yeah,
So we have
always.
the same kind of humor.
exact kind of humor.
Yeah, family dinners, that's what YouTube produces, is
Yeah.
YouTube videos.
Pretty much, because we just think
Yeah.
like, I wonder who Barney's drummer is. Like, I wonder who plays for the show Barney. And we're like, oh, let's do a video about it. Like, Holly, since you drum a little, you be the drummer, and then we just go from there. And like everybody goes to sleep, and it's like still me and Holly videotaping till 2 in the morning.
Just
Or
laughing.
the Folgers
Laughing.
coffee.
Yeah,
The
Folgers
audition
coffee
for
audition.
Folgers coffee, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
What is it like, Dad, to raise all girls and be the only guy in the house? How many bathrooms do you have? What's it like to get ready?
Oh, I know. We have 3 bathrooms, and
It wasn't always that way.
No,
No,
it
it
wasn't
it wasn't always that way. Yeah, it was tough earlier. But I think I just dove too much. That's what I was told. I did a lot of diving, and when you dive a lot, you can't have any boys. That's what I heard. So.
And you said you've always wanted to be surrounded.
Oh, I always wanted a harem. Yeah, so I wanted to be surrounded by beautiful women. So I got my wish.
It was that easy. I heard girls are the most difficult things to raise. That's why I only got a female fish. Everything else is not a female.
And they're
Everything we had. Our dogs were females.
Yeah.
I think our fish were whatever we had. It was time. So when another guy came to visit me at my house, it was really exciting.
Yeah, he clings to Joseph, who comes over, Justin when he comes over, Kevin when he comes over, Jared when all our fiancés and husbands. He clings to them. I sometimes think he's happier to see them than he's happier to see me sometimes.
They have man time and man
Yeah,
dates.
he needs that. Like, he doesn't have anybody to go to the movies with. He's like, does anybody want to go see whatever, like something blood? I don't know. Just
Well,
these
we watch movies together, the girls, but they're all chick flicks, you know. Like last night was Breakfast at Tiffany's. You know.
But it's funny.
It's great. It's great. I no complaints.
But he'll just go to the movies by himself, like many times, because he has 4 girls and nobody wants to go see his action, bloody movies.
Well, they don't want to see Terminators.
Yeah.
I do. I used to see those things.
Actually, she used to go
I'm
take
kinda like-
her to
I'm
She's
kind of like the
Poltergeist.
tomboy.
He's the
kind of
tomboy.
boy.
We call her Jonathan.
No, what?
Howard.
Holly, Howard.
We call her Howard.
She's the tomboy of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's
Bird
the best
too.
surfer.
Bird's the athletic.
Yeah.
No, but Dad is awesome with girls. Like,
Mhm.
like Mom says, she doesn't think that he could have raised boys, but he does amazing with girls, and he treats us like princess and takes us out on dates. And so we had very high expectations for the man that we would marry.
As women should these days.
Yes.
It's very important to have that role model because a lot of men and women don't have that. So that's awesome. Sounds like you raised some good kids, Mom and Dad.
They did.
We're very proud.
I want to know a little bit about what you guys think is important with sharing with your children and keeping that open communication to make sure that, you know, if they come to you, they shouldn't be afraid to ask questions or if they have an experience, or if maybe there should be closed communication. I just want to know what you guys think is important to raise your kids and let them know about the world, because it's a big world and there's lots of good and bad people. But how do you make sure that you know that your kids and you can communicate?
I think the only way you know is by the questions they ask. You know, and sometimes the girls will kind of go fishing. You know, they'll just test the water and see if this topic is okay or whatever. And I think as parents, you just, you know, by God's grace, you've got to stay sensitive, because you never know when they're going to open up. You know, that can happen at any time. So, you know, it's nice to be open to that when they're ready to say something or ask us a question.
Mom, are you the strict one, or are you the let them get off?
Ask Danielle.
The strict one.
You know, I was the strict one. I was the mean one. And one day I said, Steve, can you help me out here? Because I'm always the mean one. I'm always the bad guy. Can you, like, chip in here? Like, did you notice how short her skirt was when she came down the stairs?
But Dad's
It was, like, up to her navel. Did you notice? He goes, I don't look at those things with my daughter. So I had to bring it to his attention. I said, you need to chip in here with the meanness. No, with the strictness. No, so I'm the mean one.
She's the bad cop. I'm the good cop.
I'm the bad cop. Bad cop.
She would drive me to school, and we would get to school. I would already be late for school, and I would come out, and she would then see what I was wearing, and she says, hey, Danielle, get back in the car. I'm like, but Mom, I'm going to be late for class. She goes, I don't care. I don't want my daughter looking like a prostitute. So I went back in the car.
I was kind of sleepy when she got in the car.
So she drove me all the way home. I changed my outfit, went back, and she dropped me off, and I was probably like 30 minutes late to my first period. Yeah.
I wouldn't write her a note.
Nope, she was mad. But me and Melissa always talk about it. I'm so glad growing up, my mom wasn't my friend. You know, because Melissa has a lot of friends who their moms smoked pot with them, drank with them, and then now there's just no relationship, where we all have like a really great relationship with my mom. So I didn't need another friend in high school. My mom was actually my mom growing up. And now I look at it, I'm like, oh, thank God. Because if she did let me go to parties and smoke pot and drink, I would have no respect for her right now. So I have respect for her now because she was my mom growing up and not just another friend.
Very good point. I was just going to say, I'm sure you're all friends now, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that...
My dad, mom, how we've changed. And
their parents that are still married. And it's funny because you tend to flock to each other, because you have that in common. But a lot, a lot of parents are broken up and come from divorce families.
Or they're like unhappily married. They're together, but they're not. You can see that they're not in love, or.
What's the key with sisters? Do you get to talk to each other about everything, or is one sister the one who kind of judges before letting you say what you need to say, and so you get more afraid of talking to her?
Becky, probably.
What are the dynamics with sisters? And you're thinking of these answers right now.
Yeah.
I
I think Becky tends to judge us more, but she's just very she just kind of nails things. She has discernment. She kind of knows things, before, you could just say a few words and she'll know where you're going with that.
Yeah. She's our bodyguard, though. She'll stand up for us no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter if we're wrong, she will be on our side. And, I think we each have our own thing that we bring out. And I think we each go to different sisters for different issues.
Yeah.
If we want Becky to be on our side, we call Becky.
Yeah. If I'm angry at somebody and I want her to be on my side and tell her what they did to me, then she'll definitely tell me all the things she would do to them, and it'll make me feel better by the end of talking to her. So it's really.
And I always say if I were to get pregnant before marriage, the first person I would call is Becky, because she wouldn't judge me. She would probably be the first one to be like, "All right, come on over, come here. You're not gonna go to hell." Not saying that they would say that I'm going to hell, but they would just freak out a little more than she would. She's a little more laid back in that.
She's a realist.
Sense.
Yeah. She's a realist.
Yeah, she's a realist for sure.
What's life like being, what is it called, a PK? What is a
Oh yeah, pastor's kid.
What are the initials again, or the
PK? Yeah,
Preacher's kid.
Yeah, preacher's kid. You had it right.
Is it a lot of pressure? Is it good pressure? Is it tough, or do you just grow up with it? And it's because you guys are kind of in the public eye. It's a little different, and you're being judged constantly by what you wear, by what you say, by who you date, by making sure that what your dad says in that presence of the church, the presence of his people, that you guys also need to follow these rules. And
I don't think
so how do you guys do it?
I don't think when we were younger, I didn't care what people thought when I was younger. I didn't even enter my mind because my dad never put pressure on us, ever. But when I got older, I realized for myself that it is important what you do in front of people, because you don't want to cause somebody to stumble. So, I think as I'm older now, that's just something I figured out on my own. But when I was younger, a teenager, I didn't care what people thought at all. I didn't ever think about that.
We all handled it differently, too.
Yeah.
I worried so much what everybody thought because I didn't want them to think that my parents were terrible, or, he's a pastor on Sunday, but he can't keep his kid in line. So I was very concerned about what everybody thought. Yeah, Holly did not care.
She grew pot right in front of the
in the window seal,
right where we lived,
in the window box.
The room. It was their room back in our old house. And Mom, do you want to tell the story? You watered it.
Well, it was.
She didn't know.
She thought it was a
It was a
chrysanthemum.
flower box
It was a
in
flower
front
box.
of her window that she put up with some of her friends, and I was watering it, and I thought, that kind of looks like marijuana, but I don't know. So I asked her, and she said, "Oh no, that's."
I said, "That's chrysanthemum."
No, I knew what chrysanthemums were, but I thought maybe they hadn't blossomed yet.
Mom just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
in
full of denial.
Yeah.
But they really never ever put, if we did do something wrong and if we were out of line, it was never, ever, not once was, "Oh my gosh, what's everyone going to think?"
Never.
Never.
My
It
dad
was more
never-
"That's wrong. What are you doing?"
My dad never chose the church before us.
Yeah,
Not
never.
once.
Neither
Ever.
did
And
Mom.
we see a lot of pastors do that, right, Dad? In our community. Sorry. No, I mean, we've seen it happen before. I'm not calling any names or anything, but a lot in the world, I'm not even saying in our community, a lot of pastors choose their church before their family. And their family, you look at their family and it's like, wait, that's your family? Are you even home? And you can just tell they picked the church before their family. And I don't think they mean to, but
it's
sometimes
easy to
it
get caught
happens.
up in your ministry
Yeah, it is.
and
really.
forget your family.
Exactly. And you told him, remember he wanted to go to Fiji? Remember, Mom, you said you either pick your family or you're going to go save the world. Or remember that?
No, that's the
Something like
guitar. It was either the guitar or me.
It was a number of things.
that? Everything.
Yeah, it happens. That's why you have a good husband and wife team to balance each other out, keep you guys in line. keep you focused. But I have to go back to what is different about us. I think one thing, though, is that looking at, just other families out there or what's on TV, we really like each other. Like, you have to love your family, but we like each other, and we like to hang out with each other, and we have a good time, and that's why even if mom and dad are on vacation, we still have family dinner tonight, and we will make it, do our best to get on to every family vacation, and because we know that's investment in our family, and yeah, I think we just really enjoy each other's
we
company.
work hard and we play hard too. So that's kind of our motto.
Vacations 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Or 6.
We like to go on vacation.
I'm still stuck on mom knowing what pot looked like.
I knew when I was a teenager what it looked like, but it had been many years, and I didn't do that anymore, and I forgot, and I wasn't sure what that was. Certainly, my daughter would be growing it outside her bedroom window.
Oh, Holly.
And it was pot.
Yeah. And
Isn't it weird? Moms and dads were once
Pot
young
smokers.
in high school and had to deal with the same things. I'm gonna ask you, since you're all there, mom, dad, were you virgins when you guys got married, or what's the status there?
No.
but you guys weren't Christians.
No, we weren't Christians. No.
Keep going.
Oh, but I would tell you this after,
The preacher can't talk today.
No, I would tell you after 36 years of being married to my wife, the only regret I have is that I wish I would have met my wife sooner. So.
How old were you guys when you met?
She was 17, I was 21.
When you guys got married.
Yeah.
Oh, we got married. I'm sorry. Yeah, well.
Well, we
16.
met at the same age that we were married.
Oh, yeah, they had a quick.
We met at 17 and 21, and were married at 17 and 21.
Yeah, I was pretty smitten, so.
Wow,
Still am.
36 years.
Yep.
I'm not even 36 years old.
I could be your mother.
Wow. You guys, that's pretty awesome that you knew. So, is that kind of the advice you give to other people when you know, is it true there is that thing?
No, I think you do know, yeah, of course.
That quickly?
Well, yeah, I mean, I knew probably within a few months of dating my wife. I mean, I told my mom, I met my wife around August that one year, and by the time I was spending Christmas, I was telling my mom, I think I found the one.
What were you saying, Mom?
What was I saying? Yeah, I was hoping he was thinking he found the one. Because I did.
But she told us all, please don't get married when you're 17. I did it. It's hard. They definitely had their struggles financially, every kind of struggle.
It was very difficult
Yeah.
being a teenage wife. I was not ready in any fashion or form.
And she doesn't recommend it.
I do not recommend it. I wasn't mature. I was a teenager. I was jealous. Still am.
Maybe that was a good thing, though.
Yeah.
But you had a good teammate to get through all the hard stuff.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
And they weren't Christian before when they met. You guys weren't Christian, correct? Or you guys were just
Well, we weren't walking the walk
Yeah.
at all. No. But then we realized we needed
Was
to
there a
walk.
moment that happened that made you guys, was there a moment that made you feel like you needed to walk the walk and
Oh, yeah.
Share that
Definitely.
story.
Within our first year of our marriage, and we were very much in love, and we were married one time, that's it, forever. And within first year, not quite a year, 11 months, we were pretty much crashed and burned. And we were ready to, get annulment or divorce. We were moving in that direction. And I think that really shook us up. I know it shook me up because I was like, man, what happened? And I was in the music business, and that was kind of hard anyway. But I think God really used that to get my attention. That if we wanted this thing to work, we were going to need the Lord's help. So my wife was really the one that moved in that direction even before I did. I was feeling it, but my wife actually did something about it and had somebody come over and talk to us that we both respected, and that was we were never the same again after that meeting.
That's cool. Is there anything else anybody wants to add?
Well, and then I was born shortly thereafter. But I say that because people always ask me.
This is made up, right?
Yeah, well, people always ask me, like, well, why do you believe in God? Why do you believe in Jesus? And I'm like, well, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So he put my parents back together, and then I came, so that was enough for me.
Yeah, we don't really have an excuse not to believe in God, because they kind of raised us like, if it wasn't for Jesus, you guys wouldn't be here, because their marriage would have, ended. So we don't really have an excuse to not love the Lord and have values, And they were such a great example. They stayed together, and they didn't just stay together for the kids.
And it was hard. They went through hard times. We saw them fight. We saw them, we didn't know if our parents would make it sometimes.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
It wasn't, it's not all rosy. And we're still not perfect either.
Yeah, of course, by any means, not at all. But
you know what? That's very important to say and to admit, because now you're even more relatable. You're already a perfect family, except you have no sons. But you
We have a grandson.
You have two sons right now, and two on the way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you gonna throw them a baby shower? Your two new sons?
baby shower.
We're gonna have a board meeting. We're
It's
gonna
a
go out and get some
surprise.
waves.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kidding.